I feel like every time I make a video, the car's either like dead or like having some major issues. So I guess it's part of owning an old car like this or either modifying it. So it's all part of the process. Trust the process. To begin this story, I think I need to start like a couple weeks ago where this happened. As you can see from that clip, what I had was like an idling issue, or so I thought. Whenever I would idle, the car would just die and just stall out. Actually, at first I thought it was just maybe the clutch not engaging properly or something that was causing it to stall. But after changing the gearbox, and also if you follow my Instagram, I also shared that I upgraded to a Honda ECU. So apparently back then the ECU was already on its way out, and upgrading to a Honda, I was able to still send the right kind of signals to the car. Because it's a common thing with these ECUs, because them being 30 years old and it's no longer in production, so there's no way I can get a brand new ECU stock one. So the signals and the computer is just not working up to speed, and it's just like your laptop or computer, it gets slow over time. And upgrading to the Honda, I was able to get some use out of it. But what I then was told is that the cam sensor in the car has failed, which is probably causing mixed signals getting sent to the ECU. So I think not enough air or not enough timing was sent to the engine to keep the idle up. And on newer cars, the cam sensor is just an individual sensor on its own where you can just replace. But on the EG, the cam sensor is actually part of the distributor, which is also no longer in production. So that meant that I would either have to replace the entire distributor with a second-hand one, because in this part of Asia, in Singapore, I don't think there's a company that makes a brand new distributor. And I don't trust the eBay ones. The eBay ones are like $100, excluding shipping. So maybe get it shipped is maybe $150. So the reviews online, I didn't trust them to last like a while. So the other option would be to get a second-hand one. So due to the rarity tax, the JDM tax in Singapore, so all these rare parts, they actually cost a lot. So a second-hand one would cost like $200 or $300. And I actually did some research, and it's a bit unfortunate that we're not in like the States or other countries where they have like a super cheap or an advanced auto where they have brand new aftermarket distributors for sale. So even Walmart actually sells a brand new distributor for the D16 or the B16. So on Walmart, a brand new distributor for this will be like $300, excluding shipping. So shipping, I actually checked the USPS, it was like another $200 just to ship it here. So like the total cost for a distributor would be like $500. And the other option would be to get a standalone. So with a standalone, I will be able to retrofit like newer car parts onto the EG. So the other advantage that of running a standalone is that I'm not limited to the stock ECU. The Honda is actually a piggyback that sits on top of the stock ECU that intercepts all the signals that is sent to the car. And so that also means that I'm limited to the 1992 parts that the stock ECU can understand and send message to. I guess that's a very simple way to put it. Now I've been talking for quite a while now, so the purpose of the video is just to like state why I've chosen to go ahead with standalone, and why you should too if you have an old car, which is probably not shared a lot on the internet, because like the forum posts that on Honda Tech, and they're very useful information, and they're saying like, you know, the stock ECU is good, or like Honda is good to up to a certain power range or whatever. But some of these forum posts are already 10 years old, and you know, 10 years does a lot to electronics. And yeah, so these are the reasons that nobody shares with you why you should. So upgrading to a standalone ECU, although it's the pricier option, I think it would be a more permanent solution for me, because second-hand parts, I don't know when they're going to die again, and I really don't want to deal with the stress of, you know, parts failing every single month or every single few weeks. Parts just fail on me, so I want a permanent solution. So I just went full send on the standalone, which means that I could run coil-on packs. So these coil-on packs mean that I could get it tuned to whatever timing or temperature or RPM, I guess. I'm really not familiar with the tuning side of all this stuff, so I leave that to my tuner to do. So my combination here is I have bought a Link G4 Plus, and I have fitted the K28 ignition coils from the Civic Type R onto the car, so I could run essentially without a distributor. So the distributor there now, I guess, is just to plug up the holes, but I do not rely on any of the air sensors or the cam sensors to provide ignition for the car. So this is exactly what I'm talking about. So these are the K28 coils, these beefy boys. So yeah, exclusive engine, but I think it's really dirty, and that paint job that I did, I think it just attracts dirt also. So I guess down the road, knock on wood, if I ever have to take open the valve cover again, I'll probably get it done better, or use other types of material. So yeah, these are K28 coils. So what the shop did, they had to make a bracket so that these coils can sit properly, so they don't just like plug in, like dip in and use rubber seal just like the stock one. So these are like way beefier, and hopefully this would give me some performance gains, which that previous issue that I had with the misfiring also meant that I was losing a lot of horsepower. So on that setup, where it was misfiring and, you know, getting a lot of pops, I was only running at 85 horsepower from the stock 125. So that was horrible performance stats. With this setup now, I currently have 109.8 or something horsepower, which I guess I'll round it out to 110. From the stock 125 horsepower, I think that's pretty healthy, because I mean the car has aged, and most engines lose power over time and accumulate for drivetrain loss. So yeah, I think I'm pretty satisfied with the numbers for now. I'm really close to stock horsepower, which my whole purpose and my whole goal for this car at the moment is to bring it back up to its stock glory, and so that I can enjoy the car that, you know, Honda intended for us. I think that's it for this video, guys. I hope you enjoy it. It's pretty not DIY content related, but I think it's just, you know, just give you guys an update on what's going on with the car. I hope you guys enjoyed. Give me a like, and, you know, share this video with your friends if you found it entertaining or useful. And I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.